Hello and welcome to the third lecture in the fourth module, Ideation, in the online course Design Thinking for Engineers. So in this lecture, I'll be teaching you guys about the decision trees, the concept of decision trees, which is really important in the business intelligence world. You call it BI, right? So in business as well as in marketing, sales, they use this concept of decision trees. You would have heard of these terms in computer science about binary decision tree and I don't know these topics. And so, what is a decision tree? So, it is a decision support tool that uses a tree like model of decisions and their possible consequences. ஸோ அந்த ட்ரீயில் இப்போ வந்து நம்ம இந்த ஃப்ளோ சார்ட்ஸ்லாம் எழுதும்போது அந்த இஃப் கண்டிஷனுக்கு ஒரு டைமண்ட் மாதிரி போட்டு அதுலேருந்து ரெண்டாக பிரியும். அதே மாதிரி தான் திஸ் இஸ் அதே கான்செப்ட் தான், சேம் கான்செப்ட் இஸ் அப்ளைட் ஹியர். So it's one of a way to display an algorithm that only contains conditional control statements. So we'll take an example of this decision tree here. So type, if you want to buy a car, so what is going to be the type? Is it going to be a car or a minivan or an SUV? So a minivan is a negative. So you either go for cars, and how many doors do you want in a car? If it's going to be a supercar, it's going to have lesser number of doors, right? So if you want 2 doors, it's a positive. So if you don't want a standard car, it's a negative. You represent it with the negative symbol. And if it's going to be an SUV, what type of tires are you going to use? Black wall or white wall? So if you want a white wall tires, you are going to give it with a positive sign here. So in this overall thing, the person wants a car with 2 doors and tires with white wall. So this is the concept of decision trees. So here's another simple example. So if you have a work to do, you stay inside the house, and if you don't have any work, you look outside. If it's sunny, you go to the beach, or else if it's rainy, you contact your friends if they are busy or not. If they are busy, you stay in and take rest. So if they are not busy, you go to the movies with them. So this is a very simple example of how to construct a binary tree, and it's been applied in real life, right? So this is another complex example, and let's take a scenario of you want to make some money. You can do this by launching a new product or by modifying the existing product. Now in this, you can notice that if it's going to be in the curly braces, the round braces, it means that it's expenditure. And if it's not going to be in any braces, any parenthesis, it's income. Okay, so if you are going to launch a new product, it's going to cost you 5 million, whereas modifying the existing product will cost you 1 million. The success ratio of the new product being successful is 0.4. So if it's going to be successful, you will be earning a 30 million pounds, whereas if it's going to be a failure, you'll be earning 8 million pounds, or I guess it's euros. So the failure rate is higher in the case of launching a new product, whereas the success rate is higher if you are going to modify an existing product. So in these situations, a person can either go with launching a new product or modifying the existing product. Whereas in modifying the existing product, if it's going to be a success, you'll be earning less. Whereas if it's going to be a success in launching a new product, it's going to be more. So in the 0.4, 0.6, 0.8, 0.2 is going to play a very important role. If you're going to take risk, business nale the risk taking dana. If you're going to take risk or not is going to be decided by this decision trees. So we'll have a person who will be talking about how to draw a decision tree, and again he'll be giving an example as well. So watch it, guys.
Hello and welcome back again to MBAbullshit.com. So the topic for this video is decision tree analysis. And this is the basic video on this topic. Alright, so remember, you can always go back to MBAbullshit.com. So this video completely explains the very basic decision tree concept. After this, you'll be ready for my next video on decision tree exam training to help you pass or get high grades. Alright, so let's start with a story. Let's say you can choose between 2 business projects, either a candy shop or a lemonade stand. Alright? And let's say that the candy shop can earn up to $100, and the lemonade stand can earn up to $90. Which one should you do? Of course, the answer is quite easy and obvious. You should choose the candy shop in this simple situation. The what if, okay, but what if, let's make take the story a step further. What if the candy shop had a 50% chance of success and also had a 50% chance of failure? And if your candy shop is a success, you would earn $100. If it was a failure, you would lose $30. See, that's a negative sign there, a negative 30. On the other hand, if you have a lemonade stand, you also have a 50% chance of success and a 50% chance of failure. If it's a success, you would probably earn $90. If it's a failure, you would probably lose $10. Which one do you choose now? Okay, so now it's not so simple. Actually, it is very simple. You would use a simple formula like this. Okay? And it would look like this. 50% times $100 plus 50% multiplied by negative 30. And we would get a figure here which we call an expected value. Now I'm going to explain that a little bit more in a while, so just be patient. Where did we get this 50% over here? It's the same as the 50% over here. Where did we get the $100 over here? It's the same as the $100 over here. Plus 50% over here corresponds to the 50% over here, chance of failure. Multiplied by negative 30 or loss of 30, where did we get that? It corresponds to the negative $30 over here. And now we come up with this $35. And then we do the same thing for the lemonade stand. 50%, okay, 50% chance of success, $90 that you would earn if it's a success, plus 50% chance of failure, multiplied by the loss of $10, which you would get or which you would have if your lemonade stand becomes a failure. Okay, and we end up with this formula over here and this figure over here. 50% times 90 plus 50% multiplied by negative 10 equals $40. So now, which one would you choose? Obviously, would you choose the $35 or would you choose the $40? Obviously, you would choose the $40. And this $40 is what we call the expected value of the lemonade project. And the expected value of the candy project is $35. And since we're choosing a business, we choose the bigger one, the one with a bigger expected value. Now, I promised you I'd speak more on expected value. What do we mean by this? Alright? Well, does this mean that if you do the lemonade project, you will earn $40? Okay, $40 over here. Does this mean you will earn $40? No. Okay? It means that if you did identical lemonade projects very many times in exactly the same situation as you have here, okay? If you did it very many times in exactly the same situation, then your average earnings will probably be $40 per time on the average. On the average. So it does not mean you'll earn $40 each time, and it certainly does not mean you will earn $40 this time. It just means your average earnings would be $40 if, in some strange world, you had the chance to replicate or duplicate exactly the same situation many, many times. Okay? So make sure that that's what you mean by, you understand that that's what we mean by expected value. It is different from everyday street language. If we say, oh, I expect my friend to give me $5 today, that means he probably will give you exactly $5. But in MBA bullshit language, when we say expected value, it means that It means what I just explained right now. Your average earnings in a certain situation, if you could replicate that same situation very many times. Alright, so that's how simple it is. Okay, now you're ready for my next video. So this video we watch right now.
So I guess you would have understood how a decision tree works by the help of this video. So that's going to be the end of this lecture. In the next lecture, we'll be having a few more videos about brainstorming, which is a very, very important activity, even if you are going to have a career in your academic or you are going to have a career in the corporate world. So they use this concept of brainstorming very frequently. So pay attention to the next lecture and have a great day, guys. Thank you.